In New York, retroactive Medicaid can be a lifesaver for those who missed application deadlines or faced delays. It reimburses certain healthcare costs from the 3 months before approval, giving families relief from medical bills and restoring peace of mind. State law lets coverage begin up to 90 days before you apply, but it is never automatic. To use it, you must request retroactive coverage on your application and show receipts for hospital stays, doctor visits, or other Medicaid-approved services during that period. Transportation and funeral expenses are excluded. Applicants must meet income and asset limits, residency, age or disability requirements, and citizenship or immigration standards for the entire period they seek coverage. For example, nursing home Medicaid in 2024 requires monthly income below $1,732 and assets under $31,175. If you're 65 or older or have a qualifying disability, you must provide documents like utility bills or medical records to prove you lived in New York and met the Social Security Administration's functional need rules. Retroactive Medicaid reimburses people for out-of-pocket costs incurred before their eligibility start date. The process involves submitting financial records, proof of residency and age or disability, and evidence of U.S. citizenship or qualified immigrant status. If any required documentation is missing or inaccurate, your request may be denied. You have to prove that you were eligible during the retroactive period, and if your income or household circumstances changed, it could affect how far back coverage applies. A retroactive application can also be filed on behalf of a deceased person. A surviving spouse, adult child, or the executor can apply to pay unpaid medical bills from the 3 months before the deceased's application date. They must show the person met the eligibility rules during that time and provide records of unpaid medical expenses. Only services normally covered by Medicaid qualify. Costs like transportation or funeral arrangements are not reimbursable. Generally, the coverage period begins 3 months before the month you apply. The actual start date depends on when you file and whether you meet the criteria for those months. Changes in income, family size, or other factors during that span can affect reimbursement, and some elective or non-urgent services may not be covered. Filing promptly and keeping accurate records helps maximize potential benefits. After approval, you submit receipts, invoices, or billing statements to get reimbursed. The paperwork must show that the services were medically necessary and within the retroactive period. Because there are deadlines for submitting claims, acting quickly is important. Missing a deadline or leaving out a document could lead to partial reimbursement or denial. If the Medicaid office denies your request due to incomplete information or questions about eligibility, you can appeal. An appeal requires a written statement and supporting documents and may involve a hearing. Medicaid rules change over time, so staying up to date on policy updates and filing deadlines is essential to protect your rights. Handling retroactive Medicaid can be complicated. A Medicaid planning attorney can evaluate your situation, collect and submit the necessary forms, help you document expenses correctly, and advise on long-term planning to preserve your assets and qualify for coverage. Consulting a lawyer early reduces errors and ensures you meet deadlines. Schlessel Law PLLC, a Long Island law firm focused on elder law and Medicaid planning, can connect you with a dedicated lawyer to work through the process, appeal denials if needed, and help you recoup eligible costs. If you think retroactive coverage could help, contact Schlessel Law PLLC at 516-574-9630 or visit 34 Willis Avenue, Suite 300, Mineola, New York, 11501.